Today's topic is about exercise. I get this question all the time. Patients want to know, when I'm done with therapy, what am I supposed to do? Now, if we've done our job right, I tell them there's one very simple exercise that you have to do. And sometimes people don't like it because it's too easy. But you know what? We're about easy. We want to make it easy for you. If we make it complicated, you're not going to do it. This is about walking away your back pain and walking away your sciatica, because walking is a very, very, very important exercise. Matter of fact, to me, it's the best one because it's also the easiest one. It's easier than the squats. It's easier than the Sphinx. It's easier than the bridges. Some people don't like the bridges at all. Okay, this is one that we all do, and when you feel good, the more you do it, the better you feel. It's not just good for your back and your hips and your posture, but it's also good for your entire body because it gets blood flowing and it helps the healing process of a lot of tissues in your body. So it's super important for your back pain. Why do we do this? We give you the tools to help you make better decisions, but we also get you the tools so you can live your life pain-free. I had back pain for 10 years, and toward the end, the average day was an 8. And I found a way out, and I feel great all day, every day. And one of my favorite things to do is walk. I have a couple of dogs. Actually, I have 3 dogs, which seems like a lot, but they're good dogs. But my point is, I get out and I walk the dogs a lot. You know what? If you don't have a dog and you're thinking about getting a dog, you know what? If you feel good, get a dog and you can start doing some walking. This is not about dogs. This is about walking. I'm sorry. It's Monday. I'm a little off track. We have a 9-step process, and one of these steps really is about the exercises, and we call it the end of care. Okay, but you can do this at the beginning. There are certain types of problems that may be made a little bit worse by the walking, but we'll talk about that. We've talked about all the tips. Matter of fact, let me back it up one slide if I can do that. Okay, we have 9 steps. One of them is about the tips and the movements. One is about exercises. One is really about healing the disc. Okay, if you pay attention to these videos, you can start to get your life back. Not everybody needs to come see us. A lot of people, they can do simple things and the pain goes away, and that is our goal for you. Okay, but if it doesn't go away, you got to come see us. But we talked about the 9 steps. We talked about the micro breaks, which is my favorite. That's also an easy one. Okay, I like the easy ones. We talked about sitting. Now, we live in a culture, and today's about the exercise. We live in the culture where we sit too much. I think there's supposed to be 2 O's and 2, but that's okay. We sit too much. So what that means is we live in a culture where we're in our car, we're on our couch, we're in our chair, and we're doing a lot of things all day long in the seated position. And in the seated position, you get a couple things going on. You get creeping going on here in the back, but you also get tight hip flexors in the front. Okay? Tight hip flexors, you get that lower cross syndrome going on there. We talked about that the other day, which was for the piriformis stretch, or the hip flexor stretch. I don't know which one it was for. But you get lower cross syndrome, really common. Most common thing with back pain is where things go out of balance. Okay, but when you walk, what it does is it starts to work with your posture. So one of the things we said is if you have to sit for more than an hour, get up and walk around. But this is about not just walking a little bit. This is maybe about getting more exercise. Okay, I set a goal for 10,000, but really walking is a gentle exercise. Okay, again, it's not aggressive like the squats. It's not aggressive like the bridges and or the stomach core exercises. Okay, walking is the easiest one because once you're moving, your body wants to keep moving. Strengthens the muscles in your feet, obviously. Working the legs, the hips, the torso, the back, the glutes. Walking is like a low-level squat. Okay, it's not a full squat, but there is some squat going on there. And really what it does is it starts to nourish the spine. Vertebrae need motion, and when you walk, you get motion, and they need a little bit of loading and unloading, and you get that when you're walking, so it starts to get some healing inside the discs. It's not going to heal them 100%, but it will actually start to get some blood to flow, which is really very important. Starts to get some flexibility, but more importantly, it starts to work on your posture. Okay, 10 to 15%, you'll get better. Okay, there are certain conditions that sometimes are made worse, and this is what's important. The herniated disc will make it worse. Okay, sometimes you walk with a herniated disc, you get 10, you're walking for 10 minutes, like, oh, the pain's getting bad. Okay, because you're dealing with a herniated disc. Okay, so if you have a herniated disc, which might be a lot of you, then you may decide walking is not for you until you get the disc healed. Because sometimes repetitive motion on top of a weakness actually makes it a little bit more painful. Same thing with stenosis. Herniated disc is where the disc comes out. Okay, inside the disc there's a nucleus, the herniation pushes out, sometimes it'll pinch that nerve, sometimes you get pain that goes down the leg. Okay, also what happens is the inside of the vertebrae get a little bit tighter, and it'll start to compromise a little bit the spinal cord. Stenosis sometimes gets a little bit worse when you walk. Okay, but again, this is about walking. I recommend 10,000 steps. Now, if you have a phone, and I'd show you my phone, what it says on there, but my phone we're actually using to film with, but I have an iPhone. On the iPhone, it'll track your activity, and I don't even know if you have to turn it on. I think it's on all the time, even when you have the phone. So you just put the phone in your pocket, and as you walk around, it tracks your steps. If you set a goal, and life is a lot about setting goals. Okay? How did I get there? I got there by not stopping. You don't stop. You set a goal, and you keep an hour, get up, walk around. You have to make an effort to get to 10,000 steps. Okay, especially in the culture we live in now. If you live in the suburb like I do, everybody's got a car and they drive everywhere. It's very rare to see anybody walking anywhere. So you actually physically have to make the time and the effort to get the steps in. But if you do the effort, like anything else, it's worth the outcome. What's the outcome? You start to feel better. Okay, it's good for your heart, it's good for your lungs, it's good for your pancreas, it's good for your insulin. If you have diabetes, it's really important if you walk. But I'm not gonna, this is not a diagnosis, nor is it a treatment for diabetes. So you have to go see a doctor if you have diabetes, but it's really good for you, okay? You need to increase the incidental walking. Here's a plan. Don't try to find the closest parking spot. I know we're all racing around the parking lot trying to get that one that's the closest. Park on the way back. Plus, less people will scratch your car. Okay, and it gives you some opportunity to get out and walk. If you find the opportunity, it doesn't mean you have to walk it all at one shot. You can walk a little bit in the morning, you can walk a little bit at lunchtime, you can walk a little bit in the afternoon, you can walk maybe a little bit when you get home. You don't have to make a big deal about it, but you just have to look at the number. And in fact, right before I started the video, I looked at my number, I'm at 8,000. So I need to try to get a couple more thousand, but that shouldn't be hard because I gotta walk my dogs, okay? So you wanna make it fun. Don't make it a chore. It shouldn't be. You should feel good. Okay, don't over fatigue yourself and don't make your back worse. Start off a little bit. If you haven't walked before, just start off a little bit. Okay, set a goal, 100 steps, 200 steps, whatever it happens to be. Just start setting goals. Okay, and track it every day. It's funny, if you have a tracker on your phone, you really will compete with yourself to make sure you get your numbers. It makes a big difference. Reward yourself. I don't know how you're gonna do that, but maybe you're going to buy an extra large pizza, which is not a very good reward. But also, it's important you have a good pair of shoes with a good arch support. All right, so this was not the most intellectually stimulating video, but at the same time, it is possibly the most important video because when you stop moving, okay, you're slowly dying. So we need to get you moving. Get you moving in the right direction, set a goal. Again, I had it for 10 years. I had chronic back pain, severe back pain. One of the things I really like to do above and beyond is all the other exercises. I really like to walk. I set a goal, I try to hit my goal. Okay? It's not hard, make it fun, drink a lot of water. Water is good for your body, but water is also good for your spine. Helps rehydrate the disc. Get your shoes, get yourself a reward. Don't make a pizza. All right, but again, park a little bit further. Walk a little bit more every day. So that's it. Wasn't too long, right? No? Good. I hope it was helpful. Again, I like the simple things because I know I've been doing this 23 years. If you make it complicated, people won't do it. Our treatment is effective, it takes some time, and it takes effort, okay? We try to make it easy on you. If you do the walking and you're not quite 100%, come in and see us. We can fix the problems. If you have a herniated disc, if you have stenosis, spondylolisthesis, Okay, sciatica, bulging disc, degenerated disc. Typically, if you have a bulging disc and a degenerated disc, you'll start to feel better when you start to walk. And it'll make your pain, it'll improve your pain by 10%, 50% in some patients. Okay, simple back problems, you start walking, you feel better. Okay, but if you have a back problem that's not going away, then you need to come see us. So I want you to share this information because we want to solve the back pain of the entire world. We have to do it with your help. And I want you to like our Facebook page. And also I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. We're going to try to do more videos on Instagram, make these a little bit shorter. And then also on Twitter. We're on Twitter every night as well. So if you are on YouTube, then what I want you to do is I'm going to put a link right over here for another video. And trust me, the more you know about your back trouble, the easier it is for you to live pain-free. We've got the tips, we've got the tools. Our goal is to help you. So that's it. I'm out. I'm going to the blue screen. We're done. Thank you very much and have a good night. And click on that video over here for YouTube.